Hello and welcome to TerraFirmaCraft Season 1, Episode 11. Today, hopefully, my stuff's done. I already know that's done because I walked out during the middle of the night to grab it. So, I'm hoping this stuff's done. Ooh, small prepared hide. Okay. Now, I need my knife, which I actually put away. I did a little sorting, just for fun. And most of my stuff is in this. Now, I'm actually keeping food on me and some grain, and I just love that these pots are actually easily accessible. Small scraped hide. Seal that in there. That was a landslide, I think. That means that area is dangerous. And seal this in tannin. Can't open it. That means it's working. I do want to, however... I'm trying to get as much wool as I can because I'm going to need it. Let's see. Now, as you can see... Oh! Apparently there's a really bad landslide. Does this fall in? That would really suck because my plants are here. In fact, I actually have to figure out where this ends because this is dangerous. Oh, it is literally like right under me. Okay, this one isn't. And now I'm stuck down here. Okay, this is... I really hated this, one thing to begin with. So now I have to get out via log. Now, this is kind of a difficult thing to do because these don't place like normal blocks, and I have to actually remove this. Now, I'm afraid that I'm going to break this and it's not going to... Okay, it is going to give me seeds, so I'm going to definitely do this. Okay, this is an issue because I can't be here. Nor can I have anything here. That landslide was actually something that is really concerning me now, because that means my entire base here is in jeopardy. I have to move. And I don't mean like full out move right now because I don't have the necessary materials or resources to do so. I, however, do want that wheat because that wheat's a little bit more important than any of these. Actually, I'm going to pull a very stupid thing and I'm going to really regret this, but I have to find an area that isn't directly in danger. Okay, right here. This is actually one of the more difficult things to do. That was not the one I was clicking. I quit doing that. This is actually very concerning because that's the first time I actually saw that happen, and I'm pretty sure that was a landslide. Though I've never had that happen to me before, it is still terrifyingly concerning. So is all this. all of this is terrifyingly concerning, because this is a very bad base to be living in. And I had just finally gotten a door. Yeah, I'm probably just going to move to this side-ish. Hopefully, actually... This annoys me, actually. Because I had a lot of things I wanted to do. And this is not one of them. So I'm going to go build a base. I'm going to literally build a house just so I have something to do. Because I already know how I'm going to build this. And I personally wasn't going to build it out of sequoia logs, but it's what I have available. And what's available is what I use. Now, during my little test playthrough, I actually built, like, right here. And you know what? It actually worked. So, I'm going to do it right here. Now, granted, it was only a very small little building, but it was enough. And since I'm going to need straw again, because I need to build thatching again. And I'm lagging for some reason. I really don't like being around these, because these do lag you a little bit, but it's not as bad as some other areas. I will chop them down, actually, because they're good sources of material. I'm getting tired of breaking stuff with my knife. Okay, let's start with 1, 2... yeah, I'm going to stick with that for now. I have my reasons for making it only 3 tall. One of the downsides of chopping things with an axe, or placing these logs down, is these axes aren't efficient enough. So mistakes with this is actually quite dire. Okay. Next stack of logs. I'm trying to make a 3x3 inside at least, because it's nice. Ooh. Okay, for a second there I thought that had grown. I'm actually going to go do something about that tree, because I want stuff in it. I'll make it a little bit bigger just because I want to have a bigger base, because that small cramped building it wasn't really a building, it was more like a hut. Though this isn't going to be much better. This is at least going to be somewhat resembling a building. Luckily, sequoias give a lot of wood. Okay, I'm just going to go with what I have right now, and I'm actually going to extend it by just 1. It would be nice to have some glass, but I don't have that luxury yet. Though I will soon, which is actually a good thing. Okay, yeah, night is starting to descend upon me, so I probably should hurry. I need to eat again. This is one of the annoying things. Being forced to move because the land around you is literally falling to pieces. How did I take damage? I fell, didn't I? Luckily that will heal. And I tried to collapse as much of that area as possible, so I actually feel a lot more safer traversing on that than I actually did. And there's actually quite a few of these logs that I'm actually going to start working with. Personally, the chestnut really looks nice as the tree itself, but otherwise it's kind of just a lousy, or the wood itself is good. The tree's bark doesn't look as good, so that's why I don't usually like to work with it. Thatching, yeah, a lot of it. Why didn't I start with that? I'm gonna... Well, being forced to move is never a fun thing. I need to get water soon, otherwise I'm not going to be able to move as fast. I wonder if my leather's done. I'm hoping, because then I can actually do something else. Oh, it is. It only gave me one? I feel cheated now, because that's supposed to give you quite a bit more, actually, but it really doesn't matter as much. I need to get in here. Well, luckily I will have most of this stuff moved by the next day. Oh yeah, I wanted to finish this up, because I can actually do something. Woohoo! Yay, I can actually do something. The spindle. Spindle creates wool. Or wool yarn, at least. Wool yarn is interchangeable with string. So, wool yarn... Now, wool yarn has a couple of uses. One is making fishing pole, which I actually need, because I want to start fishing. Because fishing is a source of food that is actually renewable, in a sense. Next thing I want, which is a little bit more important, I'm actually really happy I got that spindle, because now I can do this. Okay, knew I had that for a reason. My first bed. I can't really use it right now. Disappointing, but who cares? I have it. Kind of all that matters right now. But yeah, I have too many sticks. And actually, I need my paper, because I didn't memorize this crafting recipe, because it's kind of difficult to do it off the top of your head. So I have it written down somewhere. And this? Nope. I have tons of papers around me. If you haven't noticed, I write a lot. It's actually plans for a different thing, different project of mine, but where is it? I know it's one of these. I want to say it's actually this one. I'm gonna have to actually look this up, but I'll see you in a minute. Okay, and I'm back. Basically, what you need to do is right-click with this in your hand with a knife in your hotbar. Now, you want this. I'm doing this very carefully. The quiver. This is one of the best items you can actually have if you're an archer or just like ranged objects, because you can actually put javelins and arrows in here. And if you shift click, you can actually tell. Now, there's one thing I wanted to test because I heard that you could do this, and I haven't actually tested this. Now you could throw this on here, and as long as you if you toss arrows on the ground, you could just throw them in your quiver, and it does work. Okay, that is something just perfect. It is perfect. And there we go. It actually shows you at the bottom left corner that you can actually have that many arrows, that you have that many arrows. And as you would expect, javelins are also one of those items too. Now, you have to have one in your inventory, but being able to pick them up afterwards is good. Now, you can also open it, shift right click, and it's got 8 slots, so you can technically put 2 full stacks of arrows normally. What would be 2 full stacks of arrows normally in Minecraft? You put 8 partial stacks now. Or you can have 8 javelins, all of which works. Because javelins are actually not that bad of a weapon, but they're not exactly the most dangerous. Though it hurt. In fact, actually, I'm making a couple of them because I know I could use them. So now I'm actually a ranger. That's all fun. So now I have a bed, a door, a new bit of weaponry, and at one point you couldn't break these and get anything back from. Okay, now you can break them and get them back, because I actually want to use those. Gonna redo this. Okay, there's one issue I have to worry about, is that there are some wolves in that direction. I need this. There's another thing I need, and I can't remember exactly what it is. I could probably use this too. But yeah, I'll see you when it's day. Or actually, yeah, I might just risk it because I really don't care right now. I'm quite pleased, and I need water badly. And I can do this. Yeah, unfortunately, water is a severe issue. And if you try to sprint... Ooh. Dawn is breaking. Luckily, this new house is actually much closer to the water. So that's a plus. So I'm just going to go fill one of these water jugs, drink it, and then fill the others. Actually, I'm just going to fill it up because why not? And now if I get into combat with a skeleton, I'll still likely die, because my health is really low. In fact, actually, I'm going to show you a couple of things. First thing, I want to get in here, because I would feel safer doing this. I'll toss this down as well. F3 may seem a little cheaty, but oh well. It's not actually cheaty, because it's all been fixed. My current health is 280. As you can see, stability is 1. I don't know what that is. I think that might just be the ground that you're standing on. Current temperature in this area is 12.53. Getting closer to the torches heats that up. Being further away, as the sun rises, it's supposed to heat up, I think. I'm not sure, but oh well. It also tells you a couple other things, like the biotemp, which I think is how warm your body is, which is actually helpful. I think it's supposed to be helpful later on when you're actually having to deal with like body temperature being dangerously low. Could start hurting you. I don't think that's implemented yet, but it sounds like it might be implemented in the future, if it isn't already. And there we go. I actually have a hut. And it actually is a hut, though it really doesn't look very good at all. I'll fancy it up eventually. Or while I'm off cam. Because I'm not doing much of this episode, I have to move everything back and forth. So, if you like what you're watching, subscribe. If not, oh well. Have a nice day. I have javelins and quite a few arrows. I'm pleased. I also have to move this stuff. Actually, is my leather done? Yes. Woohoo. Actually, another thing you can do is this. I'm actually making a... Ooh. I have completely forgotten how to do this. Okay. I had to go with the one I actually remembered because I couldn't remember if it was anything different. But yeah, I now have armor. Woohoo! It actually does diminish a bit of the damage. So, yeah. Oh, actually I have another idea of what I want to do, but till next time, if you like what you're watching, subscribe. If not, oh well. Have a nice day. See you next time.